All right, everybody, welcome to Module 4.1. And if you haven't done the homework, do it before proceeding on. Today, what we're going to talk about is traffic. And now that our funnel is set up and you've been adding emails to it a few times a week, hopefully, it's time to get some traffic to your website. Traffic, in case you don't know, is just people coming to your website. It's often called traffic. And the important thing to understand here is that conversion, in my mind, always comes first. Anyone can get traffic, especially with the strategies I'm about to teach you. Anyone can go buy ads or they can, do some of the other free traffic strategies. But if you don't have your conversion set up properly, if your funnel isn't converting and, making you money, it doesn't matter how many visitors you get per day. So, once you have your conversion optimized and profitable, which is going to be happening if you do the email strategy that I talked about before, and the reverse opt-in, the reverse squeeze page method, the more traffic that you send to your site, the more money you'll make, assuming that everything is your conversion is optimized and profitable. Okay, so it's already making sales. The cool thing is now if you send 100 visitors per day to your website and you're making one sale per day, if you send 10,000 visitors to your site, you're more than likely going to make 100 sales per day. So here are some key principles. Not all traffic is created equal. And if you're wanting to focus on free traffic, I suggest that you get rid of that mentality, because really there's no such thing as free traffic. And you might say, well, if I focus on SEO, which is search engine optimization, which means getting your website positioned in Google so that when people search for a term, your website comes up for free, you could say, well, that's free traffic, right? Well, not necessarily. There's always a time investment, even if it's just setting up the website and doing a little bit of basic SEO work, okay? And generally with SEO nowadays, it takes a lot of time and money investment to get ranked, to get your site ranked on the first page. So anyways, the point is there's no such thing as free traffic. There's always a time investment. So once we start talking about paid methods of driving traffic to your site, realize that, with paid traffic, which is something we're going to talk about in future modules, you are paying for instantaneous people coming to your site when otherwise it would take months or sometimes even years to get that same free traffic. So anyways, we're going to focus on finding profitable and scalable traffic sources. And initially we're going to focus only on free traffic in terms of cost, actual tangible cost, not time investment, but what it's actually going to cost you out of pocket. So now let's talk about the spectrum of traffic quality. So you can imagine the quality of traffic like a spectrum. On one end you have the highest quality traffic, and on the other you have junk traffic. You have crap traffic that doesn't convert, and it's maybe even bot traffic, which means it's not even a real person. So we only want to focus on the highest quality traffic, and the good news is this type of traffic is very, very cheap, oftentimes free, and generally it's ignored by most people, most marketers. And again, not all traffic is created equal. So here's a list of the worst to the best types of traffic in my opinion. The worst type of traffic, not saying it doesn't work, and there aren't people making a lot of money with this. In fact, I know people that are making $1 million a month with just pop-ups, but the worst type of traffic in terms of conversion and profitability on the face of it is interruption traffic. Okay, so that's pop-ups, banners, all that are untargeted. Okay, a step above that would be a targeted pop-up or a targeted banner, but oftentimes you'll see pop-ups on websites that are completely unrelated to what you're looking at. So not that a pop-up is really high quality, but if it's focused on targeted to what you're looking at, it is going to be a little bit higher quality. Okay, and same thing goes with banners or any other type of advertisement. Next is called search relevant traffic. So this again could relate to I should have probably called it relevant traffic, okay, instead of search relevant traffic, because a pop-up that's relevant to what you're looking at is more valuable than one that's unrelated to what you're looking at. And Again, when I say search relevant, I mean something like SEO, which is search engine optimization, which is what I just talked about, PPC, which is pay per click. So again, if you go to Google and you search for a term, there's going to be the free results, which are called organic results, and then there's the advertisements, which are on the very top and on the right side. And those are all based on search terms. So if you search for dog training tips, you're going to see advertisements related to dog training or dog training books, products, whatever. Okay. And then there's also something called remarketing traffic, which, in its simplest sense, if you land on a website, there's something called a cookie that people can place on their site that will tag your computer so that whenever you visit other sites that have banners that are in their inventory of traffic, you can only target those people that have visited your site and are now tagged. So you might have even seen this before. It feels like, you go to a website and then you go visit some other websites, and the first website that you visited, it seems like you're seeing their advertisements everywhere. Well, that's a case of remarketing. Okay, so you've been tagged based on your activity, what site you went to, and now you're being shown those relevant banners. Okay. Another type of search relevant traffic is YouTube. And this kind of relates to SEO. Generally, you're searching for different videos, different topics. And also on the right side of YouTube, there's related videos. So this is relevant traffic. Last is referral traffic, which is joint ventures, meaning you partner with somebody else to promote something. Marketing to your own list of buyers, which I realize you don't have buyers yet. Getting free press, which is something we're going to talk about today. And word of mouth advertising, okay? And these are all, in my mind, the very highest quality traffic, and most of them are completely free. So we've sort of discussed this already, but the most profitable type of traffic, in my mind, is referral traffic, specifically marketing to previous buyers that already know, like, and trust you. Okay, and there's 2 points here. First, I realize you don't have buyers yet, so we're not going to be focusing on this right away, but later on we'll be talking about this. And number two, if your buyers don't know, like, and trust you, it's going to be hard to sell them more stuff. Like if you got scammed by someone, you're more than likely not going to buy from them again. So, for instance, I'm an Apple fanboy, Apple products, Apple computers. I have Apple everything, and if they come out with a new product, I'm probably going to be buying it without any resistance, okay? I already know, like, and trust them, so they don't really have to market to me that hard to get me to try their stuff. I already have money in hand for them. Anything that's Mac that, is kind of a new gadget, I want to get it, right? Because I know, like, and trust them. A close second in terms of profitable types of traffic is word of mouth referrals. So I'm sure this has happened to you probably within the last week. A good friend of yours recommended something. Even take Facebook, for instance. When a friend recommends a YouTube video or an article, you're a lot more likely to go into it with an open mind. And, if it's a product that they're suggesting or a new restaurant, you're a lot more, you're going to convert into a buyer a lot quicker. The buying cycle is a lot faster than it would be if, that same person came from an advertisement. Next, but still very, very powerful, is getting media coverage. And in a way, this is like word of mouth referral from the media, which is a very trusted source. The last type of referral traffic is joint venture traffic, which again, it just means you're partnering with someone else that already has a list of your potential buyers promoting your stuff. And basically what you're doing now as an affiliate is joint venturing, right? I realize that, to do a joint venture, you need to have your own product, which is something we're going to talk about after the first 7 weeks. But it is one of the best types of traffic because you're getting an endorsement from somebody else. All right. And there's ways of setting these up, and I'll explain this all in a future module down the road. But what we're going to focus on initially is getting media traffic, media coverage, free press, initially. Okay, this is, in my mind, is the most powerful, low-cost method of getting traffic, visitors, and sales to your website. And this is probably my favorite traffic method right now, just because it's for a lot of reasons that I'm going to explain. Number one, it's much easier than you think to get, especially if you use the system that I'm about to teach you. It's insanely cheap compared to pay-per-click, SEO, etc. I know people that have gotten hundreds of thousands of visitors to their website in just a few days using some of the strategies that I'm going to talk about. There's little competition using my strategy. There are a lot of people that are trying to focus on getting media traffic, but there's not a lot of people that are going to be using the strategies that we're going to use. Okay, they might focus on one of the strategies, but I have 4 to 5 really, really good strategies for you. So best of all, this type of traffic converts extremely well. And now let's talk about how to get free publicity. There's really 4, maybe 5 key ways that I know of now of getting free publicity. And today we're just going to cover one, but in the next 1 or 2 modules, we'll cover the rest in detail. It'll probably be, I'm guessing it will be 2 more modules just because one of them is there's some detail to it. And it's going to take an entire module just to cover that. So the very first strategy is called help a reporter out. And the reason that I'm recommending this strategy first is it's completely free. It doesn't take a lot of time, and you can get some extremely, extremely, extremely great results from it. All right, so here I am on helpareporter.com. It's a company called Help a Reporter Out, and essentially what you're going to be doing is signing up as a source right here, not a reporter. Sign up, and you're going to be getting, don't worry about any of this. I mean, you don't need that. All you need is the free basic account. Okay, and what's going to happen is these journalists sign up, and they need information. They need experts for their stories. So every day you're going to get 3 emails that are going to give you different stories, different ideas, broken down into different categories based on what the reporters are looking for. So, if you can respond to them and give them some great information, they'll reward you by putting your link, putting your website in their book, their magazine, their website, whatever they're doing. Okay, so just fill this out. You're going to get 3 emails per day, and then there are a few tips that I recommend on maximizing the coverage that you get. Okay, so let's jump back into the PowerPoint. Here's some notes. First of all, you don't want to pitch your stuff. Okay, instead you want to give helpful, relevant information based on what they're asking. Okay, don't go off topic here. It's not a time to get creative. You want to stay on topic, okay, because they're going to be asking very specific things, and if you don't respond with something that's relevant, they're just going to ignore you. So then I want you to respond as soon as possible, and I'll explain how you can do this. You can get it ahead of everybody else. Also, you want to pick, in every email that they send out, I usually just focus on the very one best topic to respond to. So the very one, not topic necessarily, I should have worded that differently, the one story that's most suited to what I'm doing. Okay, you don't want to be responding to a ton of things. I mean, you can certainly, but I think it's more valuable to focus all of your energy on the best topic, best story in that email. So 2 to 3 times a day, you're responding to the best one. So also, you want to give your credentials, but you want to, you don't want to pitch yourself right away, but you do want to give your credentials. So that can be as simple as saying a trusted expert and authority in the field of blah, 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 right? Doesn't mean you need to be, have all these letters behind your name or anything. All it needs to be is you need to say that you're an expert and a trusted authority, okay? Or, if let's say you're selling something on, in my case, internet marketing, you could say something like, Robert Brower has been in the internet marketing field for 4 to 5 years, whatever it is, whatever is based on what you're doing, has to be tailored to you. Just give your credentials, but you don't want to do it. You don't want to be overly hypey and pitchy with anything that you're doing. And then also you want to give them your contact information so they can contact you to do a follow-up interview if they might need to do that, or to ask you, more details about what you're doing. And also they're going to tell you where it's going to be published and when. So that's really cool too. And also you want to be brief. You don't want to give them too much stuff. Generally, they're on a deadline, these journalists, and they need to get quick information. They need it to be authoritative information, and you don't want to just go on and on. So be very brief. So here's your homework. Go to helpareporter.com, sign up for their daily emails, which are going to be delivered 3 times per day. And then, okay, I'm in Central Standard Time. I live in Wisconsin, which is in the Midwest, and we're in Central Standard Time. So for me, the best, the times that I get the emails from them are 4:38 a.m., 11:38 a.m., and 4:38 p.m. I went back and looked at all the times that they sent me these emails, and these are the times that they always come in, around those times. But I would say between 4:35 a.m. and 4:40 a.m. And I'm never up at 4:40 a.m. to do this, so I only focus on the 11:38 a.m. and 4:38 p.m. Emails to respond to. So again, if depending on where you are in the world, you could have a big advantage by responding to those 4:38 a.m. Emails that are out there. That might be a little bit later in the day for you, or maybe it's pretty late at night, like 9 or 10 at night. But either way, the people in the United States and Canada aren't going to probably be responding that early. So if you can be the first one to respond, generally you're going to have a lot higher chance of getting coverage. So every single day, Monday through Friday, 11:38 a.m. and 4:38 p.m., right around those times, I have an alert on my computer that says, get ready for the Help Reporter Out email because it's coming soon. And I want to be the first one to respond. And generally, like I said, it's first come, first serve. These journalists are on a deadline, so they want quick information, and they're going to be getting dozens, sometimes hundreds of responses. So if you can be the very first one or in the top, the first 3 people to respond, you stand a lot better chance of getting your stuff at least read, which is, in my mind, has helped me get a lot of free press, is just being the first one to do it. And then just get in the habit of doing this every day. It takes 5 to 10 minutes per email. Again, you don't need to write a lot. Just, I would say maybe 2 paragraphs at the most. And then don't always give everything away either. You can kind of tease the reporter and say, email me back or call me at this number and we'll do an interview and I'll give you all the information you need, right? But also give them some good information in the email so that they know what you're talking about, okay? And again, that's it for today. The next module will probably be coming up tomorrow or the next day because this homework isn't going to take you that long. Another thing I should have probably added to your homework is to remember to keep writing your emails. You want to keep building those up. You want to keep writing emails every day or as often as possible using the Ben Settle formula. And then add those in, program them into your autoresponders so that every day or every other day people are getting an email from you. And if you have any problems with doing that, setting up your autoresponder, depending on which service you're using, they're all going to be a little bit different. Contact their their support desk. They're generally going to be very helpful. They might even do it for you, walk you through it. So again, do all these things. Go sign up at helpareporter.com. Mark your calendar for the specific times. Adjust that to where you're living. This is all Central Standard Time again. Try to answer first, and then get in the habit of doing this Monday through Friday and expecting a lot of free coverage if you do it properly. So, keep writing your emails too. And if you guys have any other questions for me, the best place to go is the private Facebook group. So I'll talk to you there. Take care. Bye-bye.